Welcome back to Amelia Island Golf Academy. We're now ready to work with Ed Bowe. In our first segment, he's going to teach us how to hit the driver better.
Hey, thanks Darren. We're working on the driver today, and when you're practicing or trying to learn to hit a driver, there's some things that are important to work on, and we're going to talk about those. Your driver should be your most fun club to hit. It hits the ball the furthest, it sounds great. You want the ball to go long and straight, and the definition of a good drive is one you can find. And that's what we're going to help you do. To hit your driver straight and long, there's some very important keys, and one of them is your swing plane. The angle the club works around you. Some people say, what is the plane? Well, this is a plane that's too steep. This is great for a pitching wedge, not for a driver. This would be a plane that's too flat. Every single one of you out there has your own individual plane that'll help you hit the ball better. People who are 6'5", they have a very upright plane. People who are a little bit lower to the ground, they have a flatter, more round plane. It basically comes down to how tall you are, how long your arms are. That dictates what your individual plane is. The easiest way to understand this is if you line up to a ball. As you take the club back, the club should angle in a direction that will point at the ball. This line the club is on will angle in an angle that is right at the ball. If you take it back this way, you're lined up at your feet, you're going to poke a big hole in the ground somewhere here. It takes a lot of effort to get the club back towards the ball. If you took the club back this way, you're lined up for a knee-high fastball, not for a ball on the ground. So the plane will help you do three main things. It'll help you hit the ball in the middle of the face. That's important to hitting the ball long and straight. It'll also help you bottom out right where the ball is. You don't want to hit the ground back here, and you certainly don't want to hit the ground way up there. A swing that's on plane will start to come back right to where that ball is. That's how you can do some shots like this where you don't even have to look at it. The club will come back and find its way back to the ball. So the swing plane is one of those things. It takes a certain level of commitment to go out and work on it, because when you change that angle, it's not going to be comfortable. No one ever said golf was easy, but golf gets a lot easier if you work on your swing plane. Now here's something that is very misunderstood. It's keeping the club face square. And during the swing, the club needs to be square to you, the golfer, not to the ball. Now, what does that mean? As you swing the club back, the club will rotate in such a manner that it stays square to me, but it's open to the ball. So that means if I turned around and faced the club right here, it's still square to me, but it's open to the ball. Then at the top of my swing, the club face is going to be in the same angle as my arm. That's still square. This would be closed. This would be open. If you're closed or open, you have to make some adjustments during the swing. It makes the game a little harder. You're juggling more mistakes. So you're looking for your club to stay square to you. It's square there. It's square at the top. As it comes down, it squares up to the ball. Through the swing, it's going to be square again to you, but it would be closed to the ball. But the more you can swing your driver around you and keep the club face square to you, the more consistent you're going to be. This is a very important fundamental to work on, and as you practice this, you'll start hitting the ball straighter and straighter and straighter, and we like that. We like straight ball flights. The new drivers are so big and so forgiving, the ball shouldn't curve as much. And if you make good contact and start the ball straight down the middle, you're going to have a pretty straight ball flight that stays down the middle, if you can continue to get the club face square. Now the things that affect that the most are your grip, the way you hinge your wrist. This is open, opens the club face. This is closed. These things affect the club face. And the club face really has the most effect. This is not an opinion. My brother-in-law, Hank Caney, just told Charles Barkley, I don't think, I know. Well, I know this. The club face has 75% control over your direction. Your path is only 25%. So if you arrive to the ball 10 degrees open, the ball's going to start 7.5 degrees to the right. And then your driver, being such a straight face, will cause the ball then to curve more to the right. And that curvature is what affects the golfer. Golf is definitely a reaction sport. We all react to the ball. And my job is to help you become your own best coach so that when you hit shots, you know exactly what you're doing. If you see the ball curve, you know for a fact, you don't think, you know it was a club face mistake. And then you know what to start correcting to get that club face square. If you hit the ball with the club face closed, the ball will fly lower and it will hook to the left. It puts that curve on it. Many of you are out there thinking, well, I hit my iron straight, but I slice or hook my driver. You make the same mistakes with your irons. You just don't see them because they hit so low on the golf ball. All they put are backspin on the shot. So backspin makes the ball fly straight and high. Side spin, or the ball flying a little bit on a tilted axis, makes the ball curve. And your club face has that effect on it. So when you learn to hit your driver, if you practice the club face and you practice the plane, the angle and keeping the face square to that plane, you're going to start to hit better shots that go straighter, farther, and right down the middle. Those are the things that are important. Remember, these drivers have gotten bigger, they're more forgiving, but they've also gotten longer. And since they're longer, they stand you further from the ball, which requires a more rounded arc. Great analogy is this is a merry-go-round, this is a Ferris wheel. Most of you need to feel like you're on more of a merry-go-round to hit your driver better. Much more of a rounded, circular arc. If your arc works this direction, you're going to have very difficult times with your driver. You're going to hit it all over the face and you're going to tend to block it and slice it. So I hope that information makes you a little bit more of your own best coach. You're going to start to hit your driver better and get out there and enjoy it.